Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy BrandoAKAMiracle. Just want to let you guys know about my Discord before the video starts. We host monthly Discord tournaments and I hope to see you guys there. Peace out. Alright, game one, we are going first. Honestly, this is the best hand we could ask for. Opening up with the circular with the Sigma. So far, no interruption. Getting this super factorial, plus we opened up the equation, meaning we have so many extenders, it's not funny. Going into Albert, we're gonna bring out the diameter to hand, the normal summon of the diameter, we're gonna bring out the circular, and we're gonna go into our first link 2, which is Splash Mage. Honestly, Splash Mage, one of the best Cybers card made. We go into Diameter and use that Diameter to go into Link Decoder here. With Link Decoder plus Splash Mage, we're going to go into our Link 3, our Transcode Talker, which is going to bring out both of the materials it just used to bring out, which is crazy. Splash Mage plus Link Decoder, we're going to go into our boss monster of the deck, Firewall Dragon Singularity, an insane card, and you will see why here soon enough. Using the subtraction we have in hand, we're going to go into a Link 2, we're going to go into G-Golem Crystal Heart. Using his effect, we're going to bring out the Splash Mage, as well as we're going to bring out the Transcode Talker. Now, using the Mathmech Equation here, we're going to bring out all three of them to get out our second boss monster, Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid Neo Tempest Terahertz. Huge name, but you get the drift. Our ending board is 3 huge link monsters and some Speller Trap fodder. Mathmech Super Factorial, we're going to be able to bring out our favorite Xyz card, Lapician here. And our opponent just showed no interruption. And us losing the Crossout isn't that big of a deal, especially with a negate on board as well as a negate in graveyard. We're gonna mill the top card off the deck. It looks like our opponent is playing Book of Eclipse, but honestly that's only gonna affect our Lapician. We're just gonna take an extra card out of his deck. There is the Dark Hole. We're gonna negate that with the D-Save Worm in the graveyard, leaving us with 3 cards here. Looks like our opponent is on some kind of Blue Eyes craziness. Rage with the Eyes of Blue is going to come out, and it's going to banish all of the cards, which is crazy. Going to be able to bring out 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. He must have banished one when he was at it, and we're just going to send one away. He's going to go to battle, take out our Transcode Talker, and we're gonna draw a card off the Lapician being flipped back over. Our hand is still good. We're gonna bring out our boy Linkuriboh, bringing back the Firewall Guardian, and we're gonna go into our Transcode Talker once more just to get that link all set up. We're gonna send the Blue Eyes away, and we're gonna go for a huge 2,000, or we're gonna go for 9,000, but overall having 2,400 damage on the board there. Alright, on to game 2 using our Mathmech deck. Honestly, this is an insane hand. Opening up with the Small World was kind of risky going for this play, but honestly, I felt like it was worth it getting the circular into rotation, especially because we're going to have that Mathmech Equation in rotation as well. Gonna go into our level 4 Albert Exceed, searching for the Diameter, which is a 2-for-1 special for your normal summon, and it's going to continuously let our link plays go off. There it is. We're going to start off by going into our Linkuriboh. Honestly, could have skipped this step, but for some reason I was just going steady but surely, going each summoning. Splash Mage, we're going to special summon one of the level 4s and use that level 4 to go right into Link Decoder, pretty much guaranteeing us our Singularity. An awesome move on our part. Next up, we're going to be able to go into transcode talker, and that's going to bring back the splash and the link decoder we just summoned with. Now, this is where I misplayed, because I should have put the Albert in that. I should have tributed for Albert. A little misplay on my part, but we're going to end up with a Mathmech Equation anyway. Going into a Link 2 here, we're going to tribute the Mathmech first, and then we're going to bring out Transcode Talker. And that's where we're going to get our second boss monster out, which is Flamewell Dragon, Darkfluid, Neo, Flamewell Tempest. Getting our first negate, we also have 2 negates on board, as well as when we want, we're going to get another one. But I decided to send the Pro Code Talker, Protect Code Talker. Looks like where our opponent is on heroes. There's Elemental Hero Stratos. We're just waiting for the right opportunity to go for the broke Mathmech Super Factorial, which this is where I think it is, because he's about to bring a card into that spell or trap zone, giving us the maximum amount of advantage for it. So there's Lapician about to come out. And we're gonna bring out our boy. Using his effect, we're gonna go for that 3-for-1 special. But he's gonna try to kind of take away some of our advantage, so we're gonna use that Lapician to negate. He's gonna Maxx C, but a little too late for that. We're done special summoning during your turn, and you should have did that a little bit earlier. So we're gonna take the 3-for-1 special, and we're also gonna bring a card back, and that's when our opponent chooses to surrender. All right, so this is a little bit different. We're going turn 2 here. It looks like our opponent is on Labyrinth. Imperming that just to make sure he doesn't get any more Labyrinth cards in his rotation was my goal, and I completed that. He sets 1, which is perfect. I have the Ash Blossom in hand ready to go. He does it, and I Ash Blossom right away, causing the Labyrinth card to get negated. We have full combo within our hand. Now let's see where it goes. Normal summoning Firewall Defenser. We're going to start off in our link chain, going into Linkuriboh here. Could have brought Subtraction out and went in right into a Splash Mage, but little too late. Called by the Grave. We're going to stop his Ash Blossom. I want to get as much monsters out as I possibly can. And Called buying that is going to do the job. Bringing our Firewall Guardian into rotation, and our opponent chooses to surrender there. Would have been a huge ending board, but unfortunately, he didn't want to see it through. All right, opening up the Firewall Defenser plus a Niburu on turn 2 is huge. Our opponent is starting off with his Swordsoul lines. Honestly, whatever it takes for me to get the perfect Niburu off is going to be an excellent move on my part. He's already got 4 summons here, but I might as well let him try to finish and try to do as much as he can. So I decided to nib at the very last second. I take the 1,200. And I also let him get a card to hand using the Chainlong. He's also going to be able to draw a card. Draw 2 cards. I'm letting him get some card advantage, but honestly, he's spending a lot of resources on this combo. So I'm not really worried just yet, especially with the Niburu in hand. He ends his phase thinking I force him to end his turn, but he can continue going off just a bit. He just brings out his monster and ends his turn there. Honestly, our hand is really impressive, and the called by is there for that Maxx C he just activated, so I'm still not really worried. With the Firewall Defenser as well as Cynet Mining into rotation, honestly, this move has no limits. Cynet Mining, we're going to bring out our Mathmech Ciruclar by sending one of the Exceeds we don't need. We play it at 3, so it's not a big deal. He's going to choose to banish our Circular, but honestly, I'm not that worried, honestly. With the the Firewall Defenser, I'm going to bring out the Linkuriboh just to activate the Defenser's ability to bring out the Guardian. And Guardian plus Linkuriboh is going to bring out Splash Mage, and I'm going to get the Firewall Guardian back as well as a monster off Splash Mage. and a Paralell Exceed out of that too. Honestly, it's crazy. There's no limits of this move. So we are choosing to summon 3 cards here. I'm going to use the Paralell Exceed in that spot to bring out the link decoder. And I'm going to go into my transcode talker right away here. Honestly, I'm kind of limited on what I can do just with the amount of zones I have in my name. But our opponent chooses to surrender, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, this game we are going to be opening up Mathmech Ciruclar plus a Maxx C. Honestly, if our opponent has some kind of rotation or some kind of interruption, it's not going to be as fun as it would be if we didn't have any interruption. We bring out the Albert right away. Albert's going to detach 2, and our opponent has the Ash Blossom. Honestly, that is the interruption I would have preferred the best, because I have the triple tax in hand, and I'm going to show that off right away. I'm going to look at his hand. I actually have the cards I need, and I'm going to get rid of that Feather Duster just not to proc my Super Factorial a little bit too early. I'm also going to bring out the Nabla using the Albert's effect to get in the Diameter into rotation. Going link 1, we're going to bring out Linkuriboh, and we're going to bring back Firewall Guardian. Now we're going to use Firewall Guardian and Linkuriboh to go into the Splash Mage that we go into every single time. Splash Mage is going to bring out Mathmech Sigma. Sigma is going to be summoning out our link decoder. Pretty trial link Mathmech plays, but honestly, the amount of advantage you create by doing this is insane. Bringing out the link decoder as well as the transcode talker, bringing back the Splash Mage. We have our 6 good to go. Honestly, I did misplay a little bit here. By using the Linkuriboh, I couldn't access a singularity effect to get out my transcode talker again. Live and learn, but honestly, this move is still super strong with huge amount of interruption with the Maxx C and the Super Factorial. Honestly, I'm just waiting for him. I know he has that card that's going to add 1 to his hand, and I want to get the max amount of advantage for my Super Factorial. Also, for some reason, I used my Singularity super early, like a dummy, and I gave my opponent an Ash Blossom for my Maxx C. Not one of my brightest moves, but honestly, I'm hoping I can just still get the dub, even though I pretty much sealed my fate by giving him Ash Blossom for my Maxx C, the counter to one of my plays. But there's my Lapician, and he has 3 cards left, meaning 3 targets for me to take. I'm not even worried about the Ray, because I can just negate the Ray as soon as he brings out the Link Monster, because the Link Monster is going to be taken away by my Lapician, and he's going to have no resources left, and that's going to guarantee me into my next turn. As well as he placed that card in my zone, giving me my dude. And he seals the fate by surrendering there. This game we're going first with a very excellent hand on our part. Circular Firewall Defenser. Pretty much the only thing I would like to not do is open up with that Firewall Guardian. But it doesn't matter. It's pretty much backup plays for my next turn. Because honestly, I would be always choosing to bring out Albert and Diameter in this situation. Diameter bringing out the Circular. We're going to go Diameter plus Albert right into Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to be able to bring out a level 4 to use as a link decoder target. And yep, just on to the races with the combo we always do in these awesome Mathmech Decklist videos. And this is crazy. I'm doing all of this with a deck I'll show you at the very end of the video, and it'll explain why this deck is insanely good for absolutely no reason. Splash Rage, link decoder. We're going to go into our 3. Actually, we're going to save our link decoder, which honestly was a misplay, but it's fine. Our opponent hasn't even used any interruption. We have 2 pieces of interruption, and for some reason he stick to the very end and chose to surrender then. Alright, not the best starting hand for us, and going second with this hand doesn't benefit us anyway. And as you can see, our opponent is playing the same exact deck as us, meaning it's a battle of wits. a mirror match. He gets that super factorial, but when I see that, I have ideas brewing immediately that my crossout is going to be saved for that super factorial, and I won't be using that this game. He gets the diameter. He's going to go through his combos like regular, just like I do, and let's see what his final board is going to be. Going into the Splash Mage right here, guaranteeing him an awesome move as well as a Paralell Exceed. He opened up extremely well, but with my hand as Firewall Guardian and 3 circulars, I don't see a problem in the moves whatsoever. There's Link Decoder and Splash Mage going into that transcode talker, but honestly, he made a crucial misplay in summoning a monster in that transcode zone, and this is where the combo fluctuates between the two players. He chooses to go into a decode Heat Soul and go Heat Soul plus that, and this is when he goes into Singularity. Honestly, a huge misplay on his part. He doesn't even go to Singularity. Neo Tempest Terahertz. He chooses to send the negate, and that's the super factorial set face down. Honestly, when how he played that, I feel really good. Now I use the imperm right here to bait out that negate, to save it for the crossout, and it was perfect. He fell right for it, and he still has no idea what I'm playing. We're gonna now show him the circular, and he's like, all right, I'm not dealing with this. I got the super factorial just for you on the house, free of charge. But I got the Crossout Designator taking away his super factorial. Now, this is a great play with him doing the Neos Tempest play. He's gonna negate my circular as soon as it comes onto the board, meaning I will not have any plays of that kind in my favor. Still having the circular and the Mathmech Sigma, we're gonna start going into our link plays, our Exceed plays, my apologies, and bring out the Albert. Albert's gonna bring out that diameter, but our opponent has the Ash Blossom. He keeps on showing us that he literally has everything, but we're still gonna try our best to climb out of this hole, and that's what Firewall Guardian's gonna be doing. Firewall Guardian plus Linkuriboh. Another misplay in my last game here. I should have just went into the Splash Mage, but live and learn. Let's hope it doesn't affect us too much in the long run. Splash Mage is going to come out and bring out the circular, as well as we're going to bring out the Link Decoder and keep on continuing with our link climbing plays now. Now we're going to show him how it's done, bringing out the transcode talker as well as the Link Decoder coming back alive, and as well as the Splash Mage being summoned to our zone, bringing out the Singularity into action here. Actually, we choose to go into the Neo Tempest, my apologies. Bringing out the Neo Tempest, we're going to go for a huge amount of damage. I need to out this huge monster, and we do exactly that. We're going to end our turn here by doing nothing, and we're also going to bring our negate into the moves now. Actually, my apologies. We're choosing to save the negate, and we use it at this moment to negate the Crystal Heart. But our opponent has the called by waiting for us. Not prepared for that. We're still in a very desperate situation. Bringing out the transcode, and then the transcode is going to bring out the Splash Mage. Honestly, our opponent's in a huge, tremendous spot here. Also bringing out that Mathmech Equation. But we can tell our opponent's a little bit new to this because he thinks that the Mathmech Multiplication is going to boost his access code, but that's not how it works. It has to be that top zone. And with that misplay, we're going to be able to get into the next round, no problem. Going straight to battle, taking out our Albert, leaving us with 2 pieces of interaction. Is it going to be enough? As well as our opponents bringing out the Firewall Dragon Singularity. Singularity is going to return our Splash Mage just to get 500 attack points. An interesting move, but we'll see what happens. Honestly, a very crucial summoning for us if we didn't already use Firewall Guardian. But using the Mathmech circulars, we can get ourselves the Mathmech Equation. Now he sees the Lepidsian on the field as a problem, but honestly, I don't see it being a really permanent answer for us. We're gonna give him the Neo Flamewell Dragon as well, and honestly, that's a little bit worrying that I did that, but we're really trying to climb our best into an OTK strat of some sort to take out our opponent's card. I see the line going into transcode plus G Golem plus multiplication is gonna bring out our Flamewell Dragon Singularity with 3,500. We're gonna be able to boost it, but before we boost it, we return the Neo Flamewell Terahertz to make it 4,000. 4,000 times 2 is 8,000, leaving us with the exact amount of lethal to secure the game. What's up, guys? Welcome to the deck list part of the video. This is the whole deck I was using in today's video, and you're going to be seeing some things that really are going to raise some questions for you on why am I playing these exact ratios and stuff, and you'll soon realize what is going on with my deck list. Going in card for card breakdown real quick. The deck is excellent. I feel like this is going to be the best form of the deck possible when it comes to when the post-ban list happens. This is what the post-ban list Mathmech deck is going to look like when the ban list comes in effect December 5th. Now, this whole video, I was using this list, meaning I faced the same deck with less pieces of initiative and power and still took out with it a victory, as well as playing meta decks as Labyrinth, Swordsoul, and others, still clutching out victories. Now, cards that I feel like you must have now are gonna be the Small World. Small World is a crucial card now since our Cynet Mining is limited to 2. And with our Diameter limited to 1, it's gonna be your Albert search most of the time, meaning you have a lot of room to play a lot of generic Cybers cards, like the Firewall archetype that has been expanded. We're also playing 1 triple tack thrust, as well as talents, and 1 Niburu. Trust me, I've seen that in Niburu a lot of times, and it's also an excellent Small World connection. Honestly, this deck performs at an ability like it was never hit on the ban list, and this deck will definitely still be a meta contender once the ban list goes through effect, and you'll see me running it a lot more. Now, this is also an excellent rank up deck. I went from Diamond 5 in the beginning of this video all the way up to Diamond 3 with barely to no losses, only misplays causing losses. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.